Yeah.
All right. So I wanted to change topics a little bit to play to earn games, which is sort of related to the NFT stuff. So, do you have much of an opinion on play to earn, or have you really kept up with that at all?
I don't know much about it. Um,
Okay, so
yeah.
I mean, the idea is you play the game and you earn these tokens. Like Illuvium actually isn't real right now, so it's not the best example. People are buying Illuvium with the idea that it will be a game in the future, and then they'll have all these Illuvium tokens to be able to purchase stuff in the game. That's why they're buying it. So I think that's a little insane. But with that
Wait, is the
said,
game out
the
for
game is
with
not out
Illuvium?
yet. The game is not out. So they are buying this token. This is not the best example. Let me actually go to this Axie Infinity. This
Okay.
this one is a real game. It's not a very good game. It's sort of like a sort of like Pokemon. You collect these little Axie things and then you battle each other and stuff. But anyways, you can buy Axie Infinity tokens and then buy your monster or your creature called Axies, I think, and then you can use them to fight stuff. It's sort of like whenever you bought stuff in freaking what was that card game you played all the time? I can't think.
Hearthstone.
Yep, sort of like that, except now you can resell it and you can actually lend your Axies to other people to use too and make money off of it. And there's like a whole economy behind it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, I like the sound of that.
Right. So that's the idea of play to earn games. It's like you can play the game, you earn Axie Infinity tokens. If you're like, I'm fucking sick of this game, you sell your Axie Infinity tokens, you take cash back. It's kind of goes back to the idea that we're incentivizing you to use your time, to take your time, not through marketing, but through real economic incentive. I think that's the
So,
power to it.
so whenever you're done, you can cash out or whatever.
Right. If you're sick of it and you're just like, I don't really want to do it, or you might want to keep a couple of tokens, you might want to go back into it, or you might keep a rare item you earned that you can actually resell for more tokens, but you might want to keep it because it's rare and you think it's cool. If that's something, that was what I was
So
explaining.
if you really believed in the game,
Right.
even if you're tired of playing it, you might want to hold on to the coins because you think they're going to go up in value or whatever.
Or you think I just want to hold on to this and I'll go back to it later.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Right. Yeah. Either way. Yeah. Or you might just think or if you're an investor, you might think this game's going to grow in popularity. I'm going to buy some. So there's also an investing idea to it too. I wouldn't invest in these things personally. I think these are more utility tokens. Is how I talk about them. Utility tokens are tokens that are going to be used to actually do things. You know what I mean? I wouldn't
I
look
think
at
that's a
this.
good description.
I wouldn't use this as something I'm going to invest in as an asset or necessarily. But you could make money off of it, like if you buy it early enough. This is already at a 4 billion market cap. I wouldn't touch that.
I
I
mean,
would,
like
you know,
if this game became as popular as like Pokemon or something,
yeah.
I might would invest in it then.
Well, because you're not just buying the game necessarily. You're buying the Axie Infinity brand
Right.
because they can make more games potentially. That's the idea. And they're always evolving the game. The developers are. They're always evolving. They're, like right now, they've released something that they're going to bring the game to 3D, supposedly, and not three. Now it's more like 2D kind of sprites and stuff. They're going to bring it more 3D and more better graphics and stuff like that. So they're
I
always
see.
improving the game, and having this price associated with it allows them to do that. So it really gives it like a bottom up approach to game development, which is very helpful because now it's like top down companies, corporate boards trying to do it. That's the fundamental idea of it.
Was this game kickstarted?
No, I mean this is
So,
like a Kickstarter.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, how'd they get their initial funding to make this game?
They advertised the game, released the token, people bought it, and then they started making the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is it's a great substitute for uh,
Kickstarter,
Kickstart the crowdfunding model.
exactly, exactly. Because right now crowdfunding is like a similar thing, investing ideas, and hopefully they get made. Except they're kind of bullshit because the crowdfunders, the website makes a ton of money off of it, and it's centralized to a degree because, and also you might, I mean, it's still, I think they both have the same kind of risk because they may not actually make it, but the people who are behind these tokens may not actually do what they're supposed to do. So I guess there's risk with both. But I think the better thing is you actually own a piece of it.
Right.
If you really believed in it, and you bought some Axie Infinity, you at least own something that you can resell.
Yeah, unlike with Hearthstone or other games where you're just buying a digital nothing that is worthless.
Right, and I've heard that Team Fortress did this similar thing where you could buy items and sell items, and people could create items and buy and sell these items. There's not ways to put them to a cold wallet or send them. It wasn't like as NFT. It wasn't as interoperable, but that was a good starting idea. Steam kind of does this too, also with those. What are those stupid cards you can do? You can buy and sell those.
Yeah, they have little cards that you unlock them as you play a game.
That's a similar idea. The only difference is it's a closed system. This is more interoperable, and you could switch them to other tokens and do things like that because of Ethereum.
I I definitely see a future for crypto games. Like I think that's
Dude, I was just thinking about if Halo Infinite made it to where because I want to buy some of the stuff they release because I think it looks badass because I play the game all the time. But if I could actually resell that shit, I'd buy so much more.
right, yeah.
That was always my issue with buying digital games to begin with. It's like I can't resell it. Why the hell would I do this?
Yeah.
But that's another NFT idea. I think that'll be awesome. Is if the NFT game license to play a game, like that'd be great for single player games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because then I would buy way more digital games. Like that's why I'm a physical freak about it because it's like I can resell it, and that's why I like it. If I could just pay to play it and then resell it on the open market, and also if it's set up to where they get a royalty from it, what's the big deal?
Yeah. And if anything, well, they wouldn't make more money, but
I think they
if
would
if it
because
like
I'm
if
just
it
going to go buy a
tracked
physical copy on eBay. But if I could buy a digital copy, they're definitely going to capture some of that profit.
that's true, because yeah, they're not getting sales off of used games.
Yeah, they're not getting that at all. I think they would do a lot better because then I wouldn't really care about buying a physical game. To be honest with you, I wouldn't really.
In
I
this
mean, it wouldn't really matter
scenario,
that much to me.
in this scenario where people are able to trade like digital games and stuff, so would it function the same way as an NFT currently does? So would hypothetically could a game go up in value
Yes,
from when it was released? So from
yes. Because
$60 to like 70 or whatever?
well, I think that would happen depending on the supply that they put to it. If they made a game, they're like, "This is a limited game, 100,000, 10,000 copies." I think absolutely that happened. They already do that with physical games now. So there would be collectible digital games, depending on how the company wants to do it. And then they would collect royalties over time. And the game, if they wanted to make it like that exclusive kind of game, oh hell yeah,
Yeah. And I could totally see a company doing that and doing a same type of marketing campaign that like the ape coin stuff does,
right,
or the
right.
bad apes or whatever, where it's like it's in like an elite club.
But it's a video game.
Yeah.
That would be that actually be. I kind of understand that. I don't understand a
Yeah.
picture. That makes no sense to me. But a video game, I kind of see it. It's like only me and 10,000 other people could play this game, and it's multiplayer. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But then you might want to resell it, and then they get a cut of it, and whenever you're done being part of that club or whatever.